I made it.
Thanks for being here.
What's going on, you guys? We are at the bank. We're doing some bank fishing, and because we just got the new box from Monsterbass for this month, which is packed with Z-Man baits, we're gonna be putting them to the test. Well, let's take a look at these baits first.
This is actually a really good bank fishing box. I wasn't planning on doing this, but we were gonna do 2 videos. I was like, no, we're just gonna fish this. All we need. We're starting off. I'll just show you what's in here real quick. This is pretty much all I'm using. This is a fluke. It's called the Streaks from Z-Man. 5-inch, awesome bait. I've got some bass syrup. You can see the juice in there from Z Bait Co. So we're gonna be testing out some scents as well. Got the Pro Cross. It's a 3.5-inch craw and green pumpkin. This one has power bait in it. And then we got the Finesse TRD peanut butter and jelly. It's like a purple brown, and you can see the Pro Cures in there, and it is juicy.
And I will say we're kind of doing like a scent comparison here too, because mine are not juiced up. I'm taking this like fresh out of the box, no juice included.
I've got all the steroids. So then we've got the Pro Bullets. That's gonna pair really well with these streaks. See, yeah, well, anything, but really the streaks in the craw probably predominantly.
Yep.
And so you can see here is really that neck down is really built for elastic material. It works really well. This is a 1/4 ounce, 4-aught. By the time you get the plastic on here, it's probably closer to a 1/2 ounce or 3/8. Got your guidebook, whatever. Got stickers, whatever. This is gonna be probably the juice for the day. Green pumpkin, purple, and black / dark colored blade. This is the big blade chatter bait. This is one of the baits that Z-Man is known for sure, but this is the oversized and a 1/2 ounce. I love this. This is gonna absolutely slap. Then you've got the jackhammer. This is probably one of the best known of all time, but this is the stealth blade. I love this option, especially for today. Cold water. These are the 2 best options for cold water. It's not even a question. Like, these are the 2. Then you get the light and the dark. So this one is, I forget this color all the time.
Spot remover.
Thank you. And it's just got this like kind of opaque greenish white. I just love this and the silver head. So
that's
this one
starting. Yeah,
3/8 ounce. I'll start with the big. We'll see how it goes. Yep. There's another one in here though.
Look at that.
The best Ned rig hook out there, weedless one, in my opinion. This one comes in 110, which may seem light, but once the bait's on there, you're right at like an 1/8 ounce, maybe a little more. I think this is perfect. So let's go slap them up.
A little bonus here, we're actually testing out this new setup. This is a new rod you may have never seen before. Why? Because we made it.
It doesn't exist yet.
So this is a prototype ultralight that we're working on right now with Monsterbass. So it is, you can see the M on the back there, a Monsterbass rod, and I've never used it. It's a 6-foot ultralight with a faster action, I would say. And I've never cast it before, so I'm gonna cast it right now before I rig anything. So I have a 1/32 ounce jig on here right now, and that is gonna give me like a really good idea of how this casts. Okay. Bro, this casts great. Yeah, got one of the lightest jigs we're gonna be using on here. So let's try some side casts and some flipping real quick. So if I wanna whip it from the side. Oh yeah. Bro, this casts as good, if not better than the Defy.
All I needed to hear.
There's not too much we really need to do to this. Couple of like cosmetic changes we're thinking about. This guide right here is the one thing I'm thinking mainly that we wanna change. That and like the hook keeper, I think we could upgrade a little bit. Other than that, we've been really happy so far with its build. All right, let's try flipping. Oh, I'm in love, dude. Probably gonna go see our buddy Ethan, aka Fish Anything, and give him a chance to test this out. He's our local ultralight guy. His vote of confidence would be huge for us. Not really fishing this today. I just wanted to like test a few casts. I'm gonna let Paul cast it a few times if he wants to, and I'm gonna go rig up.
All right, so I've got my medium set up here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna start with the Ned rig on a spinner, and we'll start and see how that goes. I'll do that PB&J. It's a match made in heaven. It's a good way to start. Oh my God, look at how nasty this is. Hold on, y'all. Look at this. This is that Pro Cure. Hold on. You ready? Yep. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so slippery. It's like hard to rig because it's so slippery. Hey, look. All right, so I'm gonna start with the Ned rig. I should have tied a leader. I'm on such short time today, you guys. I have no time. I'm already late, so I need to go. So I'm gonna just get caught on everything and get out of here. Let's see if the sauce works. I don't know. Ned rig should slap. I don't know. This is also a brand new reel. I'm running the Shimano Miraval 2500 on the Akuma Psycho stick. I know, brand, but like, I'm really excited to try these out. These are something, I've been looking for that 2000 size reel, some other styles just to compare and contrast. Really excited about this. I'm also testing, I'm also testing out some new line. You can see I'm running white braided line. This is 10-pound Yozuri Super Braid. Never tried it. I'm really excited to give this a shot. Gonna be a kind of revelation using this white braid. White, if you didn't know it, when you look up, right, you're a fish, you're looking up, even though you're getting that white color, it really, when you mix it with the water and the sky, it really blends in. So but I can see it really well against the water, so it kind of like does a little bit better job than some other like super chartreuse or that yellow, for where I can detect and see some of those bites, but maybe it's going to be blending in with the fish a little better. So I want to try that out this year. I got three different sizes of white that I'm going to be giving a shot, so I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed for me. And my fingers are just all jelly.
My turn to play. Really all I'm thinking to start is I'm just tying on that stealth blade right here. And we're gonna go ahead and throw on a white and chartreuse trailer. I'm going bright. And if that doesn't work, then we'll switch to the big blade chatterbait. The worst part about these jackhammers is a little red piece of plastic right here.
Oh yeah, getting the...
I almost always stab myself taking these off. Yeah, I didn't stab myself. Look at me go. You literally already need to leave. I want to go ahead and rig a fluke. This is going on a medium spinning setup, which I think will be totally fine for this 1/4 ounce jig. And the way you essentially rig these is just an EWG, just there's this big piece of weight to get past. So gonna see how much space you got there. We're gonna have to punch out a little sooner, and we're gonna just have to really shove this Elastec up there over that weight. And now we're gonna be able to rig weedless. Super easy. Two good go-to setups right out the gate. A little weedless fluke. The size of that stealth blade, what's a good idea is downsizing your plastic a little bit. So what I like to throw on is something like this. So these are the Kamikaze swim-ons from Big Bite Baits. This is actually the downsized split tail. Pretty juicy. And I think it's more appropriately sized to the stealth blade. It's a pretty small bait in comparison to most jackhammers or most chatterbaits. Stealth blade is ready. I'm gonna start with this. Kind of walk around with both of these though, just so I can like switch it up. This is another one of my local lakes. This one has pretty darn good forage here at the bank. And typically you can expect to hook into, if not bass, pike here. Chatterbait works pretty much year round. Cold waters, I might roll it a little bit slower using a high speed gear ratio here. Akuma Hakai reel. So pretty fast gear ratio for how cold it is. I can't really slow it down too much. I'm just gonna kind of like vary my retrieve a little bit. Start retrieving, pause, retrieve, pause, retrieve, pause. Nice thing about jackhammers is they start vibrating compared to like a lot of the chatterbaits or bladed jigs that you find on the market. I find that the jackhammer, that blade starts moving right away consistently, and that is why it's consistently my favorite chatterbait of all time. Whether it's the stealth blade or just the original evergreen crossover that they did for the jackhammer, like big fan. That, and if I didn't get those two, it'd be the Mini Max. It'd be like my next favorite. And then we just started fishing the big blades last season, so I don't have too much time on those. So now I'm starting to feel all those rocks. So I know I'm in the rocky area. We sort of got like rock, and then eventually it turns into some like really low grass, which is a good Ned rig area. Even if you're not running weedless, this is not a bad Ned rig area. And that thing is just, God, it looks so juicy. It's totally vertical. You guys, I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll try and get down there. You could see my little Ned rig. It's just, because it floats, it's like perfectly vertical. It's like one of the best Ned rig baits out there, in this man's humble opinion. And sometimes cold water, you never know. Sometimes the downsize is the juice, but sometimes the full size is the juice for sure. So I'm just sort of bottom hopping here. I could light swim it. Maybe I'll just give it some bigger. I'm trying to search a little bit. It's really similar ground all the way through here, so it's kind of hard to be really patient and do that slow move when, you know, a fish could just be roaming somewhere through here. Now this does go to a point. I don't know right where the point is, but it's somewhere around here. So I might try and see if I can find that. Again, I should have a leader on right now. Pretend that I do, even though I don't. Pretend with me. There's a fish right there. I don't know that it's a bass, but there is one over there. Oh, no way. Got pulled off. Shoot, dog. That's surprising. Holy cow. I also did not tie a leader like a cretin. I don't have time. Let's do the one of the chatters. Jeff wants stealth. These things are freaking sick. Check that bad boy out. I'm gonna throw that on this medium bait caster.
It's a really great setup for a chatterbait. Let me get all the snow off my bait. That's a normal problem to have. Everything I own is just gonna smell like worms and craws and other weird creatures. I'm gonna go naked. I'm not even gonna throw a trailer on this one right now. Again, I'm running fast. If I had more time, I would do better, but I'm just not going to, and hope I get lucky. Check out this Monsterbass rod though. This is their, what, the M3. This is a medium fast 7-footer. I love this thing. The new ones have cork, which is dope. Mine doesn't because it's a prototype, but we've been messing around with them, and this is a nice rod. Caught a few fish on it. I'm not upset. I know, from the Monsterbass brand ambassador, whatever, dude. It's still pretty sick. I have this problem when I'm bank fishing. I just want to run to my spot. Like, the anxiety of like missing 1 second of fishing is killing me. This thing is frantic. If you've not seen one of these big blades, this is what it looks like in the water. Oh, it is wild. And the big blade on a cloudy day. Chatterbaits, just like spinnerbaits, do really well in cloudy weather. We got a cloudy one. This is a good choice. Like, I know this is a good choice. Just as I was getting excited about life.
My favorite bank fishing game with my buddies is leapfrog. Oh my God, I'm in the tundra. Help, I'm on Hoth. Ooh, that was almost really bad. Just dropped my backpack right onto my rod. Whoopsie. We're gonna switch to this Ned lock in the 110, but I'm going to enhance it. A number of times I've hooked my own gloves in the millions at least. You already know what it is. So nice thing about the Ned locks is you get this little bait keeper spot right there, and your Z-Man Elastecs are never going anywhere. And we just thread our bait through. All we gotta do is bury that hook a little bit. Now you're weedless. I feel like if we got a shot at anything, it's probably this. I found the weeds. Definitely not your ideal fishing day. All right, top 3 tips for the people. Number 1, go. Tip number 1 for cold water.
If it's cold water, we're dealing with like 32, 33 degrees right now, 28-degree outer temp, cloudy day. My tip for you is always have something really big and then something really small. Those to me are what has your highest chance of having success. So for me, I got the Ned rig. This is the Finesse TRD, so it's that smaller size. Next up, I've got the big blades. We talked about this one. This one is dark too, so I really like that for a cloudy day. So something on the bigger side, something on the smaller side, that's where I'm gonna wanna start.
All right, next tip I would say is I'm always bringing a bait caster and a spinning combo. The reason I like to do that, and especially in like a mid to slower gear ratio reel situation, is that then I can run the baits that I wanna run a little bit lower and a little bit slower. And if I'm running something a little bit bigger or needing up more power, so if I want to go like a heavier jig, or I want to throw a chatterbait and just run it slow, I need that bait caster setup. Whereas if I want to go finessey, to Paul's point, I want to throw that smaller bait, that's where a spinning combo is just going to win. It's just better for those situations. So that is why I'm bringing something like that as well. And that's what we got our Ned rigs on. So comes in handy.
Last tip, when you're bank fishing, what can get you into trouble is bringing too much stuff or too little. So you got to find a balance that keeps you light, but also keeps you efficient. 2 combos is the absolute max, my personal opinion, unless you're going to be fishing just one spot. Here we have this really awesome point, but we could walk like 150 yards. So what happens is you start fishing one, you're like, oh, I'm gonna hit the next spot. You walk away from your stuff, you fish the next spot, and you keep doing that, and all of a sudden you have to backtrack 100 yards to go get your other combo. So 2 combos, 1 backpack. Do not overthink it. Something light, something dark, something that swims, something that crawls. If you've got those 4 or 5 things, and you have, bring a scale, just in case you catch your PB, fish of a lifetime. You're gonna wish you had the scale. Bring the scale, bring the scissors, bring the pliers so you can safely release those fish, or at least get your hooks out. And then I do recommend one other thing, especially as a bank angler. If you have some kind of like a pocket knocker, some way to like retrieve a lure that gets snagged, or you have some tool, bring that as well. That's it. You don't need anything more than that. Maybe some Gatorade, but like keep it light, make yourself efficient so that you're getting the most out of your bank fishing experience. Like I'm gonna go do right now.
Bye.
See ya. All right, so I'm gonna rig up that craw. This thing is perfect for crawling baits, just in my opinion. It works great for swimming baits too, but when you're crawling some baits, the bullets, they just crush.
Oh, it just got bit, dude. Yeah, it's gotta be gill. It's just a big pull.
All right, so Jeff just thinks he saw some dinkfish that are looking to eat, and by dinkfish I just mean panties maybe. So we'll see if he can get some of those. I, on the other hand, am going the opposite direction. I'm throwing the biggest chunk in the box. Yeah, if they don't, they're cowards. If they don't need it, they're wusses. Look at that. Like that, you can't tell me that's not just juice.
Dude, same spot, got bit again. I don't know, it's gotta be a bass.
There's only one way to find find out if you could just catch the darn thing.
Right? I would love that too. It's just, he's not really hitting it. He's like pulling it. Smallest thing I got. Get it? All of that, you get it.
Great success.
We got outside. Look, we were on short time. We banged the bank for a little bit. We got to test some lures out. We got to test the rod out. We accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. You got some tips and tricks, so I hope that you enjoyed that. And that's really what we're here for. So we're trying to keep the content fun and useful.
Yeah, you guys let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.